Coverage of the 2020 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, and by Constellation Energy, Nutrien Ag Solution, Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, and Chadron State College. A big thank you to all our sponsors who helped us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support.
Some room. In there for the touchdown. Coming home here in lane 5, well out in front of the field. And Malachek touches in a time of 52.92, a new high school national record. Back to back to back to back state champions.
Nicknamed the Big Little Town, Shickley, Nebraska is today's host for one of the biggest events around the whole Cornhusker State. BDS, who scored 34 unanswered points last week against Central Valley, will look to continue their dominant run against the Sandhills-Thedford team, who beat powerhouse and previously undefeated Falls City Sacred Heart. It's the Eagles and Knights battling it out for the Class D2 State Championship live on NET, Nebraska's home for the NSAA High School Championships. To Shickley, Nebraska, alongside Alec Rome, I'm Jeff Ekstrom, just about ready for kickoff here under the lights as the sun is going down here in southern Nebraska. Kicking off for Sandhills-Thedford will be Braden Gugamus.
Sandhills-Thedford deferred. Jeff, BDS gets the ball. I just want to give a quick shout out our officials today. Ted Harder, Craig Gutz, Chris Woldrick, Mike Eilertz, and Zach Johnson. That's who's in the stripes today for this Class D2 State Championship final.
Set to return is Dalton Kleinschmidt and Tyler Grote for the Eagles. And we are underway here in Shickley. It will be returned by Grote around the 10-yard line. He'll go on the far side and just get across the 20, and that's where this BDS offense will go to work. And leading the way is their quarterback, Dominic Philippi, who really can get it done both through the air and on the ground, Alec.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a definition of a dual-threat quarterback, somebody that's been very dangerous all throughout the year. You really wonder what kind of stuff they're going to come at tonight. I believe they're going to do a little bit of jet sweep from what we heard and what we expected in talking to both coaches. They might have some option game. I mean, we'll see if they choose to open it up, but here could be that jet sweep.
Philippi going to throw a swing pass to Kleinschmidt. Gets across the 25, across the 30, and take it down at the 34-yard line. An already impact play right away, Dalton Kleinschmidt.
Well, that was a different look. You know, you fake that jet sweep. Maybe you're trying to get into Sandhills-Thedford's head. What are they thinking we're going to do? And they change it up. Instead of going with a jet sweep run, they do a little swing pass and utilize the pass, get a big gain and another first down right away on play one.
Kleinschmidt, who has over 850 rushing yards on the year. And now he'll be in the backfield there with Philippi. He'll take the snap. Read option will hand it off to Kleinschmidt on the far side. Navigates his way into the secondary and out of bounds, close to another first down.
I mean, got some really good blocks there. That's Blake Schlegel, left guard, 6'4", 280 senior, that really knocked over one or two Sandhills-Thedford players to make sure that nobody was going to come and stop that run early. Another huge run, and now a second and short.
BDS moving in chunks. Already into night territory at the 36-yard line. Philippi will be in shotgun again. Read option, fumbled, and that's Ethan Weber. The ball is loose. all the way back at the 35-yard line of Sandhills-Thedford. It looks like it's recovered by BDS. It is. Lucky there on the recovery was Zachary Hoynes.
So now all of a sudden, with all the momentum on this drive, 2 huge runs to open it up, you're now facing basically a 3rd and 9 here in your own half of the field. And boy, what a mistake. A little bit of nerves maybe for BDS. They're trying to show something to their home fans. This is a big moment for them. Got to get settled in.
Easton Weber and Philippi in shotgun. Philippi going to look to throw. Little screen. It's going to be caught by Kleinschmidt, and he's going to be close to the first down marker at the 35.
And it looks like from where that referee is, they might get it. Let's see where the spot's going to be. Yeah, yes, got the official waving for the first down. So a little bit of a jailbreak there for BDS. Getting lucky and be able to recover this drive now into opposing territory.
Kleinschmidt only his 11th reception of the year. He averages 28 yards per catch. Of course, always dangerous out of the backfield as well. First down and 10 for the Eagles' first drive of this D2 state championship.
And the Knights are just getting beat on the line right now. They're having a lot of trouble. Ooh, a little bit of a late handoff there and taken down in the backfield.
Drew McIntosh back there for the tackle for loss for the Knights. Second down all the way back in midfield.
Philippi was really looking for a read option. That seems what that was there, but just held on to it too long, and indecision leads to a gang tackle in the backfield for another loss. And again, nice job by Sandhills-Thedford. BDS had some momentum, a couple big plays here to try and push them back.
Philippi and Weber in the backfield. Philippi is going to shuffle it to Weber. He's hit immediately a little after the line of scrimmage. He maybe has 2 yards. Another good defensive play by the Knights.
Yeah, great tackle there. Brayton Brannick, the senior, being able to stop what could have been, if that hole was open, it could have been possibly a big gain. And now you put BDS in a position where I think they may just have to throw this or run a little play action on 3rd and long.
Big third down here for the Eagles. Philippi rolls to his right, going to throw across his body, and it's going to be caught.
Oh, it's dropped.
And they're going to call it incomplete. No possession for the receiver there. And that was number 3, Eric Schroeder.
Well, it was going to be Brannick, basically the only person that was to be able to chase down Schroeder. The referee was in the middle of it all there, and I think just in turning around, they ended up losing it and dropping the ball. And now 4th down, and looking like they're going to punt this one away. So Sandhills-Thedford, man, you got to love how you just had that first drive, a couple of momentum runs, but they lock it up in the middle of the field.
Artisono, the kicker for BDS, and it's a good one. Can be picked up at the 5-yard line by Dane Picorni, and he's going to get around where the first down was for BDS at the 25, and that's where Sandhills-Thedford will start their first offensive drive of the game. I
mean, just a couple of big plays for the Eagles on that drive, but man, Sandhills-Thedford loving that opening possession. You wonder, I did say that this is BDS's home field, but Sandhills-Thedford was trying to outnumber the BDS fans 2-1, and you can see there's a lot of people holding up balloons on that side thinking it might be their night to party and might be their night to win their first state championship as a co-op.
Grant Ostrom going to be fullback dive right up the middle to Zudevern, and he's going to get 1 yard.
And like I said, Jeff, I don't know if that's exactly the way that you want to go right at those huge nose tackles, Schweer and Schlegel. I think you want to go outside and maybe try to take a little bit of BDS's playbook and do some jet sweeps, maybe with your wide receivers. You could do somebody, again, Picorni's fast. You could line them up and switch the look a little bit. Something like that might work better than trying to go at a lot of beef right in the middle.
Ostrom going to hand off to Picorni. He's going to go to his left. Gets the edge. It's got room in front. And he'll be inside the 30-yard line of BDS. On the tackle was Dominic Philippi.
So what we say, they go outside to the left and get a huge gain into BDS territory. Got to take those tackles out of the equation and make linebacker play be the reason why BDS stops the play. I think linebacker play, especially in 8-man, is going to be absolutely huge. Solo tackles and making those individual plays, those little things will add up to scores in a state championship.
Down to the 28-yard line. Ahlstrom hands it off again to Picorni, who swings to his left, but he just fell and got met by 2 BDS defenders, only a gain about 1 yard.
Well, he ran into a wall there. That was Easton Weber, the sophomore, 5'11", 210 sophomore, like a brick wall there on the left side, and stopping a little bit of momentum for the moment. 2nd and 9.
Weber used to getting those tackles. He has 130 of them on the year,
Yeah.
a team high. Now is Ahlstrom under center again. Hands off to Picorni, this time going to the right.
Got
Looking
the
to get
numbers.
edge again, and he did. Shoves off a defender as he falls out of bounds for another first down close to the 15.
Well, they matched the numbers really well. They're going to the right. Everybody was able to find somebody to block there and give Picorni the leading edge to get that very close. That's a first down. And now in the red zone are the Knights. And what a way. Imagine you come to a field that's not yours. It's not your home turf. It's not neutral. You might be able to come in and put up the opening score in the Class D2 state championship final.
My formation again. Ahlstrom hands off Picorni right side. He slips and falls behind the line. It's the second time we've seen that happen to Picorni.
Yeah, maybe the field might be just a little bit, it's a little colder out here. There's a little bit of moisture from what I can see in the ground out here. That might be the reason why. Something to watch during this game. And if you talk about injuries, I mean, if you look at BDS, I think they're a little less apt, or they're going to be more prone to getting hurt if they lose somebody. They're only running about 10 players deep versus 14 for Sandhills-Thedford.
Picorni going to the left side, lowers his shoulder, but immediately met by another BDS defender. He's going to only get back to the line of scrimmage.
So, yeah, I mean, if BDS loses anybody, I think they're going to be in a little bit more trouble because that means you're going to bring somebody in that's probably not used to playing at that many snaps in a big moment. That's going to create pressure and potentially mistakes. That's something to watch for. Sandhills-Thedford can afford it a little bit more.
3rd and 11.
Big down here, and like I said, Jeff, now they're going to put Picorni out on the side and might go to him.
Ahlstrom going to look to throw, goes near side. It's going to be caught and taken out of bounds. It's going to be short of the line of scrimmage. Matt Daly on the reception.
And I will say Picorni did maybe have a one-on-one try there. They really weren't looking over that way. If you swing it out to him, you know, obviously the blocking patterns would probably allowed BDS to figure that out, but you never know. Now we got a 4th down, and one of those situations where you bring on the kicker, or do you just try to go for it here so close to the end zone?
4th and 7 for Sandhills-Thedford.
And they're not in a kicking formation, I think. We'll see. No, they're not.
Line up in the eye. Ahlstrom fumbles the ball. It's on the ground. And it's going to be BDS football no matter what. It's recovered by the Eagles, and they'll take over, making the defensive stand of their own.
Well, great response by BDS. And again, both sides having mistakes, being able to transfer the football cleanly. Is it nerves? Is it moisture? We don't know. But dropping a big opportunity, especially with how far you march down the field, starting at your own 25. Had a great run there, but nothing to come of it, and now BDS will take the ball back for their second drive of the game.
Philippi and Weber in the backfield. Motion Kleinschmidt, and he's going to hand it off to him on the jet sweep, trying to get the corner, breaks a tackle, but then falls down. He'll get 2 yards on the carry.
So as we said, people to watch, Dane Picorni is the outside linebacker. You got Reed McFadden and Zudavern are going to be other linebackers. Linebacker play, I think, is going to be so important, especially with so much open field. You have to stop BDS's big plays by making the tackle. Not try to go for the big hit. Just get somebody down. You don't need to crush anybody. You just need to stop them.
Philippi motions Kleinschmidt again. It's a direct snap though to Weber, who takes it up the gut. He dragging defenders as he muscles his way for a first down across the 25.
That time a great play design, clean snap, catching the line off guard, getting that first step, and driving all the way down for the first down. An impressive run.
Up to the 26-yard line. New set of downs here for the Eagles on their second drive of the game. Had to punt it away on their first drive. Philippi, fake handoff, gonna scramble to his right. Now he's gonna tuck it around. Room ahead of him, taken down by Picorni at the 30-yard line for a game of 4.
So now we got a sub in. It looks like Lan Wild will come in, and nose tackle give Brannick a break for the Knights.
2nd and 6 now for BDS. Philippi looks to throw the Kleinschmidt. Hesitates, but finally does, and then immediately taken down behind the line.
Boy, strong safety. Seth Scranton coming about 10 to 15 yards out, reading the play beautifully. And like we said, Jeff, making the solo tackle, not allowing that play to get any further. And just like that, one individual play can create a huge team boost. It's 3rd down and long, another situation that BDS does not want to be in.
It'll be 3rd and 12 for BDS. Uncomfortable position right here.
They're not used to this, Jeff.
Philippi could be a reverse to Kleinschmidt. He's got one-on-one with Picorni, gets by, but then taken down from behind. That's going to be Andrew Furrow, 28th tackle of the year, and it's going to force a 4th down for BDS.
Yep, another great, basically defensive stand there, BDS. At moments for BDS thought they could, get something on another jet sweep. Just individual plays by everybody on the Sandhills-Thedford side forces another punt. And would you believe this? We got a scoreless game near the end of the first quarter. That's not what we're used to.
Artisono to kick it away, and it's a booming punt. And Sandhills-Thedford is going to let it bounce. It'll be marked down at the 25-yard line, and that's where Sandhills-Thedford, who drove into BDS territory, but ultimately the Eagles made a stand, and that's why we're still scoreless.
One thing I was just thinking about for BDS there, Jeff, one of their big basically offensive targets, Aaron Mick, is injured this game. A big wide receiver and linebacker asset. That's probably going to be the reason. Oh, big run.
And it's Zudavern who's going to break out into the secondary, and he's going to be gone. Sandhills-Thedford strikes first in the D2 state title game.
55-yard touchdown run around the corner and wide open space.
Well, it feels like Memorial Stadium because the balloons are going up in the air. Sandhills-Thedford away from home. In one play, first play of the drive, drives it all the way down the field, and they strike first here. What a feeling. I mean, they were so close on that first drive, and now
Ahlstrom going to pitch it out to Picorni left side, and he will be taken down by Kleinschmidt and company behind the line. But Reese Zudaverd, 55 yards to the house, as it's the Knights leading BDS 6-0 here. First quarter. We'll be back. You're watching live on NET.
All this grass, all this mulch, all these projects to do. They all get done with the Kubota BX Series tractor. The Kubota BX Series. Kubota is a proud sponsor of Nebraska high school sports on NET. It's the crack of dawn, but it's never too early to get ready for hunting season. Acceleration, handling, and cargo room for work. The Kubota's Sidekick. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNEsports.com.
To learn more about chiropractic care, visit nebraskachiropractic.org.
Welcome back to Shickley, Nebraska. Sandhills-Thedford about to kick it away. Alongside Alec Rome, I'm Jeff Ekstrom. Reese Zudavern, 55 yards to give his team the lead here in the first quarter. Alec, nothing special on that run, just broke loose to the outside and took it to the house.
Well, it was a great sort of inside zone type run. And, Jeff, we were just trying to get settled. I mean, I wasn't even expecting that myself. Now there was BDS, but all of a sudden everybody's flat-footed, and Zudavern's to the house. And they have the lead in Shickley.
And here's the kick for Kleinschmidt in the end zone. It will be a touchback And that's where this BDS offense will take over. They've had some big chunk plays, but they really haven't been able to execute and finish a drive so far.
So what I was saying before we had the Zulu Verne touchdown is that Aaron Mick for the side is injured. So like we said, a little bit of depth being a problem for BDS. But you're not going to have that extra option and weapon, and that means that maybe some of your playbook that you had in mind for Aaron Mick is now gone. So they're having to rely on their major players, and I think Sandhills-Thedford's reacting very well.
Philippi, a direct quarterback draw, going to break through a couple of defenders, and he will be across the 20-yard line.
Ball popped out there in a moment, but official's going to rule that down.
7 yards on the play. It'll be second and short for BDS, who almost ran into disaster.
Yeah, both teams are playing with fire. We've seen balls on the ground multiple times in this first quarter, and I mean, you practice all year, you practice those drills to hold on to the ball, and there's no more important time to do it than right now.
Here's Philippi. Throws on the swing pass to Easton Weber. Gets by one defender, and he'll get down to the 30-yard line. And another first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, another one of those swing passes working out really well for BDS, and just ended up being flat-foot and catching Seth Scranton off guard that time in the safety spot. And there's the first down. But, I mean, basically BDS has gotten as far as maybe the opposing 35-yard line so far. Not into deep red zone territory.
Philippi motions Kleinschmidt again, a direct snap, but met after a couple of yards and not much there.
Again, they're really doing a lot of those motions. Drew McIntosh on that tackle, but they're doing a lot of motions here for BDS with Kleinschmidt, and then sort of Philippi almost option or run inside. They're giving Sandhills-Thedford this look a lot, and they've pretty much handled it, I would say, for the most part.
Philippi alone in shotgun, motions Kleinschmidt. They'll look to throw. Going deep. And it's caught inside the 20-yard line. Dalton Kleinschmidt making another big play.
No pressure there, nothing to worry about. Plenty of time for Philippi to make that throw. We aren't going to see a ton of throws today, Jeff, but again, you develop the run a little bit, and then you switch it up with Kleinschmidt, and boom, big gain, and now BDS finally, for the first time tonight, in the red zone with a chance to tie it or take the lead.
Inside the 20-yard line, down to the 18. Weber and Philippi in the backfield. Fake handoff to Kleinschmidt. He'll look to throw again. Now looks cross-field, scrambles. Goes to the sideline, and he will be knocked out of bounds inside the 15. Dominic Philippi making some plays on his feet.
About 32 seconds left here in the quarter, Jeff. We think this game's probably going to go pretty fast just because of how much running there is, but I will say it seems like they might want a little bit more field. It feels like they'd like an extra 10 yards on the side because we're getting met at the sideline quite a bit.
Down at the 13-yard line. Here's Philippi. Looks to get around the corner, but instead gets away from a wall of Sandhills-Thedford defenders. He's inside the 5 and taken down to the 3. But like Alec mentioned, we have a flag at the 10-yard line.
Well, I don't know how Philippi was able to scramble out of that. We'll see what the flag is. Well, holding might be the reason. A block in the back.
They're going to call a block in the back there on BDS, and that's going to turn them around.
Well, he had about 4 Knights. I mean, it looked like that play was absolutely dead and over. And then Philippi was able to rush outside, and it would have been a huge play had it not been for the block in the back. It wasn't at the line. It was later on, and that hurts. That hurts, so now you're driven back to another second and long outside of the 20-yard line.
Instead of a first and goal at the 3-yard line, it's giving me a 2nd and 13 from the 21.
Can't let these mistakes compound, Jeff.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Plenty of action here at Shickley, but the only factor right now is Reese Zudevern, who took it 55 yards to give Sandhills-Thedford a 6-0 lead. Class D2 state championship. More action coming up. You're watching live on NET, Nebraska's home for the NSAA state championships.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities has taught me the value of teamwork.
I learned how to be a strong leader among my peers.
We set goals as a team and work hard to accomplish them.
I strive to excel not only in the classroom but on the playing field.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities for our member high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
We're for agriculture, for growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Welcome back to Shickley, Nebraska. Start of the second quarter. It's going to be a 2nd and 13 for BDS. Direct snap right to Weber, up the middle. Runs over a defender, but only across the original line of scrimmage. It's still going to be 3rd down on around 8.
BDS going from your right to your left. Sandhills-Thedford left to your right. We started this drive off of a fair catch and what was a Sandhills-Thedford touchdown, 55 yards, Reese Zudevern. That's what made it 6-0. They couldn't get the 2-point conversion, and now BDS with a chance, a 3rd and 8 to try and punch one in.
Philippi scrambles to his left, looking to throw, nowhere to go. Now tosses the ball open in the end zone. It's incomplete, but there's a flag thrown late. Around the original line of scrimmage, Zachary Hoynes was the intended receiver. But let's see what this penalty is.
I'm not sure what it's going to be here. Might be a hold. Oh, we got a personal foul.
Personal foul to call against the Eagles.
I'm not sure what that is, Jeff.
Came in very late, right as the ball sailed over Hoynes in the end zone. That was when the flag was thrown. It's a personal foul.
Yeah, unsure. We didn't get any other signal besides that. I was watching the line and really couldn't see anything. But again for BDS, mistakes adding up. They've fumbled footballs. They've had 2 flags on this drive when, you know, in the first flag they could have been 1st and goal. And now on this one, they almost had a touchdown there had it not been dropped, but instead we're going to go all the way back and have 3rd and a mile, as we like to call it.
3rd and 24. Fake handoff. Philippi looking to go deep. Instead runs to his right. Pressure coming, and he's going to fall in the backfield.
Boy, they're bringing 4, and just an incredible rush going on right now by Sandhills-Thedford. Nothing can get done. Can't give Philippi any time, and he's just been scrambling all over the place. You can't find anything, and got lucky to even get one off on the last one. They've been doing a great job, that line, Burrow, Brannick, and McIntosh, this entire defense putting pressure on Philippi and keeping him contained in the pocket.
This BDS team averages 54 points a game. And in over a quarter, they have nothing on the scoreboard as Kyle Artisono will come out to kick his 3rd punt of the game. So another high kick that's going to take a bounce right near the goal line. Wow, what a kick. Down at the 1.
Couldn't do it better than that. Coach's kid putting it right on the money, pinning Sandhills-Thedford deep, and really, you know, this might be the first opportunity for them to get a score. You get some pressure here, you could get a safety and the ball back. 10-18 left in the second quarter here. I'm bringing the house, but you really wonder what Sandhills-Thedford going to do here. You just kind of have to give yourself some room, probably go up the middle.
Here's Ahlstrom. Hands off McCourty left side, looking to get the corner. He's tripped up, but he'll get up to the 4.
So they get the numbers there over to the left. They've had a lot of success so far running to the left side of the field, or to their left, essentially. Gets a little tripped up, give you a little bit more breathing space for 2nd down and 6 or 7.
2nd down from their own 4-yard line after a Kyle Artisono punt. They'll line him at the 1. Hand off again to McCourty on the left side. Gets around. He gets the 1st down and out of bounds.
I mean, they must think they have some sort of advantage on the left side because they have not gone the right at all. They really feel like they have a matchup advantage.
It is a 1st down officially for Sandhills-Thedford.
I mean, and maybe you do, Jeff. You got a 6', 270 Brayton Brannick leading the charge on the left side, and you're facing off against Artisono, 6'4", 220. Probably just getting a push advantage. And it's working out.
Fake handoff, looking to take a shot, but swing pass out to McCourty, and he is just going to be shoved out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. A nice play there by BDS.
Yes, they've gone to the well, I think, one too many times here, Jeff, on this left side.
2nd and 11 now for Sandhills-Thedford.
And I can't remember one Sandhills-Thedford big shot. They have not taken a big shot and a big throw with Grant Ahlstrom. Ahlstrom has had a not bad year. I believe he's 16 touchdowns, 1 interception.
And here's it out for Zudeverd, who's going to bounce to the outside, and a great one-on-one tackle by the quarterback, Dominic Philippi.
That's the lovely thing about 8-man, and I think it's one of the beautiful things is that you might be able to throw a big 30-yard touchdown pass on offense, then you got to get back on defense, and Philippi does just that. He's going to play a lot of minutes tonight. He's going to be a huge part of whether or not BDS can take home and take down the state title.
Going to be 3rd and 8 for the Knights. Ahlstrom under center. Get a handoff to Zudeverd and just right up the middle. He'll get across the 15, but still well short of the 1st down.
I mean, it starts off with a great punt, Kyle Artisono, but I mean, when you're going up the middle against Schlegel and Schweer, you're just not going to win that way. Even though Zudeverd's been great so far tonight at the fullback position. Not going to work out. Sandhills-Thedford will punt for the first time tonight.
Tyler Grote will be back to punt it away. Or to set to take the punt.
Oh, that's Shanker.
Big punt that just really, yeah, like you mentioned, Alec, was shanked it to the right. And the referee's still going down the sideline. Inside the 30, and that's where BDS will take over. A pristine opportunity to at least try and tie this game.
Yeah, big opportunity here for BDS. Now they don't have to do as much work, but like we said, Jeff, no mistakes. Have to play disciplined here. They've cost themselves scores on multiple drives already. 8:09 left in the half. Class D2 state championships.
Philippi gonna run it himself to the outside, but he is met by Matthew Daly and company for a loss of 1.
A lot of green hats there, nothing gonna happen. Like we said, Philippi can't do much of anything. They've just had eyes on him the whole evening.
Loss of 2 on the play. And here comes Philippi and Easton Weber in the backfield. Philippi gonna hand it off to Weber. Has a big hole and uses his speed to get to the outside, and he'll walk into the end zone for the touchdown.
And now we got balloons on this side, Jeff. Balloons released for BDS. And let's see what they do. They might come out and also do the 2-point. We'll see what happens. Remember, Sandhills-Thedford, after their 55-yard run from Zuderburn in the first quarter, missed their 2-point conversion. And let's see if BDS can take the lead.
Philippi motions Kleinschmidt again. Fake handoff, gonna roll to his left. Looking to throw. Almost slips and falls, but instead gonna dive into the end zone for the 2 points. And BDS takes the lead. But first it was Easton Weber, the fullback, using his burst of speed to score his 13th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have an 8-6 lead at home in the Class D2 state championship. You're watching live on NET. We'll be back.
If your license plate is 87-.
The top-ranked Humphrey St. Francis Flyers face the Pleasanton Bulldogs in pursuit of the 2019 Class D2 state title. The Flyers scored early in the first quarter and followed that with an interception from Trevor Pfeiffer and a touchdown reception by Tanner Pfeiffer to go up 16-0. The Flyers would score 6 times in the first half to go up 48-0. Trevor Pfeiffer continued to dominate on both sides of the ball, recording 3 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes, and 3 more rushing touchdowns to set up a 70-16 win for Humphrey St. Francis's 5th state title in school history.
Welcome back to Shickley. As you saw there, flashback from last year's state title game in D2 at Memorial Stadium. Humphrey St. Francis just blowing out Pleasanton in that state final. And in this one, it's BDS who leads it 8-6. The kickoff is going to be taken by Zudervern at around the 10-yard line, and he will get forward all the way down to the 24, and that's where Sandhills-Thedford will look to answer after the BDS touchdown.
Well, special teams playing a huge part in BDS getting their first score and taking the lead. Remember, they were able to do a great Cal Artisono punt. He punted it at to the 1-yard line, pinning Sandhills-Thedford deep. Then a bad punt by Sandhills-Thedford gives short field for BDS, and boom, they take the lead now to respond the Knights.
Alstrom fake handoff. It's going to be an option, and he's got Green in front of him. Grant Alstrom takes it all the way, and Sandhills-Thedford retakes the lead.
Alstrom not known for being the big play quarterback. Sandhills-Thedford's not known for being the big play team. That's BDS's game. But 2 huge runs and 2 scores by the Knights, and they immediately take hold of the game back. Wow, what a run. What a great play. I mean, really, you thought it was going to be just stopped right at the line. I was looking right at Picorni, and a great hold on. They were not expecting that at all. And Alstrom turns on the Jets, and now 2-point conversion.
Alstrom, fake pitch, looks to throw cross body. He does, but overthrows his man. He was looking for Matt Daly. We'll keep it right here as it is Sandhills-Thedford who has the lead right now, 12-8. It was a 66-yard run by Alstrom, and Alec, coming into this game tonight, Alstrom had 87 yards on the ground the entire season.
Yeah, and maybe that's the reason why it tricked every BDS Eagle there, is because you just don't expect that to be the person. I mean, if you were to lay down who you'd pick to get the ball, 9 times out of 10, it's Picorni. So you're expecting Picorni. You expect it. But like we said, who's going to be the first team to do something the other doesn't expect to do, whether that's play action or, in that case, quarterback run by Alstrom. And the Knights take the lead back. They have really they've come out and done an incredible job, not on their home field, in an interesting environment. Although I will say, with how full that other sideline is, it surely doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're home field right now.
Just the sidelines just surrounded by fans here in Shickley. Quite an atmosphere And it's been a great game so far. We were scoreless at the end of a quarter, and now each offense starting to find its groove. And kicking it off for Sandhills-Thedford will be Gugamus. Kick taken at the 6-yard line, dropped by Tyler Groban, and he's going to take it anyway, and he'll be taken down near the 20-yard line. We'll line it up at the 19, and we'll see how BDS can answer. Easton Weber took one from 30 yards to take the lead for BDS. Sandhills-Thedford, of course, just answered with one of their own.
Well, I mean, with the speed he showed on that run, Jeff, I think you got to go back to him. Obviously, you're not getting anywhere with Philippi. The Knights have him all worked out. On the ground.
It's a fake to Weber. The ball's on the ground, and it's going to be recovered by Philippi. But just, again, miscommunication on the handle. We've seen that about 2 or 3 times on the BDS offense.
Right, they try to do these fast plays. When it works out, Jeff. But when you're just barely a second off, disaster ensues. And they've been very lucky. They've been able to recover it every time. But not the place to do this type of stuff right in your own end of the field.
Here's Philippi, takes the snap. Looking deep, he's got time, throws it out to Easton Weber on the near sideline, gets by one defender, and he will truck his way to the 25.
Well, that's a good recovery. Philippi had enough time, saw one person open, and Weber gets a very solid gain, a 3rd and manageable.
It's going to be 3rd and 4 now for BDS. 5:50 to go here in this second quarter, 12-8. Sandhills-Thedford leads. They send 4. It's going to be a quarterback, but it's actually going to be Kleinschmidt who takes the ball. He gets by defenders, and he is going to go to the house.
What is going on? Again, another moment where we thought Kleinschmidt was going to be met, maybe a close first down, and all of a sudden he jukes out and slips through everybody. And BDS says, oh, no, I'll take the lead back, thank you, 14-12.
14th touchdown, rushing touchdown of the year for Kleinschmidt and BDS. Talk about quick strike offense. They answer with a quick one.
Something like another huge 52-yard run there, Jeff. Direct snap.
That's Easton Weber. He will be taken down short, but BDS retakes the lead off a 55-yard run by Dalton Kleinschmidt. 14 rushing touchdown of the year. 14-12 BDS. We'll be right back here on NET.
Electricity. It makes life easier, more productive, brighter, possible. Yet we only think about it when we don't have it. The next time you're doing, well, anything, think about how electricity makes it all possible. And know we will be there, powering your everyday, every day.
Nebraska, always alongside you.
Dalton Kleinschmidt making another big play for BDS. Taking us out 55 yards to the end zone. Out 14-12. The defenses were settled in that first quarter, but all of a sudden the offenses are figuring out.
Right, I mean, again, this is just a one play to the other. You can't even tell how this game feels. I mean, BDS fumbles the first snap, and then they take a 3rd down on the same drive and go all the way with Kleinschmidt. I mean, this is going to be a big play game, Jeff. I think we're in for a good one. NET, no place you'd rather be to watch state championship football.
Kyle Artisono sends a big kick into the end zone. And Sandhills-Thedford will come out and try to answer back. We've said that multiple times here in the second quarter, answering each other back. And wow, they have. Each team answering with some quick strikes. Let's see if the Knights can do it once again. We'll start at the 15-yard line. Picorni and Zudevern in the backfield, in the eye. Fake handoff again, and Ahlstrom can be taken down there. Looked like a similar play to how they scored the last touchdown, but BDS adjusting well there.
That's right. They saw that, I think, flip to the other side. They expect Picorni, and on that huge run, 66 yards by Ahlstrom, he held on to it and kind of bounced to the outside. But like we said, we have not seen much throwing from Ahlstrom so far tonight. You wonder when he's going to have to use his arm.
Ahlstrom hands it off. Picorni going to the outside, looking for the corner. He does. He'll get a first down and shoved out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
So they flip it over to the near side this time. They've been liking to go to the left side of the field, reverse it, get an easy first down.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Shickley, Nebraska. Ahlstrom under center again. Looks to throw, looking deep, looking for Hoynes. It's underthrown, and it drops in front of both receiver and defender. And it's going to be second down.
Great coverage there. Not much going to happen. And Ahlstrom, for the first time, I think we've seen him take a shot all night tonight because they've just been running the ball a lot. You know, of course, it makes sense, you know, that their game plan coming in, we're going to see them keep running it because their game plan, wear down this BDS side, punish them through depth.
Ahlstrom hands out to Picorni. Looking for the outside again. He does. Gets across the 40-yard line and near that first down marker. He will have the first down.
I mean, they're just going at them and at them and at them, and you really wonder, you got to think we got at least another half of football to go. This type of stuff, this hard ground game is going to come back to help Sandhills-Thedford on the back end.
Right at midfield. Hands off again, this time near side. Picorni cuts in, and he'll get down to the 35-yard line. Another solid gain for the junior running back. And now, look, interesting, just looking at the play calling by the Knights, it's not like they're calling a lot of different plays. I mean, the outside runs look just similar to what they've been doing all game long. And
I mean, it looks like you're calling the same play.
Yeah, they're still getting 5 yards a carry.
Right, I mean, they're telling you what they're going to do for the most part. Occasionally they switch it up. They got the score off one, but they're telling you what they're going to do. They're going to come right at you. They want you to be drained by the end of the game.
Fullback dive for Zudevern, who again blows by a few defenders. He will get a first down across the 30.
I will say, what a great second piece to have Zudevern. He's a tough player, just 5'10", but for a fullback, really creates a lot of energy and a lot of push off of his first couple steps. A great second piece to have when you're looking to go a little bit different, not go Mr. 22 Dane Picorni, and get that critical gain for another first down.
Hand off Picorni again. Gets the outside, but partially falls. As on the tackle there, Eric Schroeder, he'll only get a few yards.
And I do worry for all the players, basically, you know, safety out there as the night goes on and more grass gets kind of torn up. If we'll keep seeing that, that's something to watch for. Hope that doesn't happen, but we've seen a lot of slipping on both sides of the ball. It's going to make it tough to stay on your feet.
Picorni again to the outside. Gets a block by Zudevern, and he'll be near the 20-yard line, close to a first down. Looks like he'll just be short.
Just be short, but I will say a third down. This is not a bad spot, but again, if they try to go fullback, Schweer and Schlegel in the middle. They've been able to get a couple stops here and there. I'm definitely sending the house, stacking the box, just in case they decide not to go to the outside and go fullback.
3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak, and he got it by a mile.
I mean, my goodness. They were not ready for that. A quick snap. I mean, it was over with as soon as you could tell.
Another first down, and Sandhills-Thedford continues to drive and chew down this clock. We're under 3 minutes to go in this first half.
I mean, exactly the game plan. Exactly what Josh Daines and this Sandhills-Thedford side wanted to do. They wanted to come in, chew clock, make long drives, and score.
Misdirection handoff to Bacorny. He almost gets just picked up by Eric Schroeder and company. Not much there.
Boy, about the first time in this drive, finally BDS able to stop these runs by Bacorny and company.
No gain on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 here as we're under 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Long drive here by the Knights, trying to retake the lead. Outside run by Bacorny again. He'll dive forward, he'll still be short, but it's gonna be 3rd and manageable here for Sandhills-Thedford.
And just with how this drive is going, I mean, even though it's like a 3rd down and 5, I think this is a very gettable 3rd down, just because it seems like they've been able to make the right play call and get that step, that right block to keep the drive going. You really wouldn't want it to end right here after you've driven all the way down deep near the 11-yard line.
Outside handoff, it's Bacorny again. Cuts inside, he's gonna be near the 5. It's gonna be a first down and 1st and goal for the Knights. And we will have a timeout taken by BDS. We'll take it with them. Sandhills-Thedford threatening to score. Come back here on NET.
NET Sports traveled to Kearney for the 62nd Shrine Football Classic and was the first television network in the nation to cover live football since March.
And hello again, everyone. I'm Larry Putney alongside Damon, or socially distancing from Damon Benning. Great to have you with us here in Kearney for the first.
With social distancing and required masks, the NET production crew worked hard to bring the state another stellar sports production.
Welcome back to Contact Sports in the state of Nebraska. Today we celebrate this.
Welcome back. Shickley, Nebraska, host to tonight's Class D2 state championship. Along with Alec Rome, I'm Jeff Ekstrom. Big drive here by the Knights. Under 1.5 minutes. They're at the 6-yard line. That'd be a gut punch to BDS if Sandhills-Thedford is able to get in the end zone here, just with how much they've taken off the clock.
Right. Well, I mean, Kleinschmidt with that huge play and BDS able to recover really well earlier in this quarter. But now an incredible drive that's chewed more than 5 minutes off the clock, putting Sandhills-Thedford in a position to take the lead before halftime.
Bacorny goes to the outside, and he is met by a plethora of BDS defenders. He's going nowhere.
Jeff, I really thought that was going to be a touchdown just because of the blocks, but they cut through really well, got the numbers there. But you kind of wonder whether or not it's one of those situations, just like in, I can't remember what Super Bowl it was, but it's almost like you rather let them score, you know, because they're wasting down time. BDS only is going to have probably less than a minute to try and answer back here in this half.
And it's not like Philippi is so in-depth at passing the ball. He's thrown it 86 times on the year. He's thrown it a couple of times tonight, but you just got to wonder if BDS just wants enough time on the clock to hopefully get a quick strike. They've proven that here in the second quarter.
Right. I mean, I think the Super Bowl I'm thinking of is the Patriots and Giants the second time they played, and the Patriots just kind of wanted the Giants to score because they needed some time on the clock in order to even have a chance in the fourth quarter. Now that's the fourth quarter, but in this scenario, you're really not loving it if Sandhills-Thedford, knocks you down to 25 seconds. I mean, you're not going to be able to get much done. Sandhills-Thedford's made plenty of good stops. You're going to have to throw the ball. I just don't think it's going to work out. I think advantage Knights, a really good chance to take the lead, but we still got downs to play.
Alstrom handoff, Picorni cuts inside. He's going to be near the goal line. They're marking him right at the 1. And another quick timeout by BDS with 1:05 on the clock. Yeah, the official spot is down at the 1-yard line. And actually, even though you're not getting the end zone, this is an ideal situation here for Sandhills-Thedford.
I mean, it's just going perfectly. I don't know how more perfect this could go without actually getting into the end zone, because you just had BDS burn 2 of their timeouts. And with just 1:05 left, you're not going to give them very much time to get to work at all. I mean, trying to even get down within field goal range is going to be difficult. And we have not seen either of these teams even try an extra point tonight. We don't know what kind of potential that these teams can have, how far they can kick it necessarily.
And if you're Sandhills-Thedford, I don't think you try to outsmart yourself here. I think you just go up the middle with Picorni. I think you just give it to him.
No, I mean, that's a pretty obvious. You're going to probably give it to the big guy, number 22. No timeouts. They did correct that on thing. No more timeouts.
And Alstrom takes on a quarterback sneak, and he's in there for a touchdown. Sandhills-Thedford retakes the lead with 59 seconds to go. 18-14 is the score.
And another thing to think about, Jeff, Sandhills-Thedford won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. They're going to be potentially up 6 if they get this 2-point conversion and have the ball going into the second half. You put together another long drive that chews 8 minutes off, and BDS is going to be in some trouble.
Alstrom handoff, Picorni. He's going to go to the outside again. Looking for the pylon. He got it. 2-point conversion good for Sandhills-Thedford, and they take a 6-point lead over BDS. 59 seconds to go. And that's how much time they'll have to try and tie this game at least. BDS, Sandhills-Thedford, Class D2 State Championship. We'll be back here on NET. Shickley, Nebraska, tonight's host, D2 State Championship. Grant Alstrom with a 2-yard quarterback sneak to take the lead for Sandhills-Thedford. Dane Picorni put home the 2-point conversion, and it's 20-14 is the score. Been back and forth. All these points scored in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Coach Chris Artisano and co-head coach Mark Rotter for BDS, I mean, you're shaking your head a little bit because that just went so well for Sandhills-Thedford. That's exactly their game plan. And you're not going to have a ton of time. 59 seconds to even get a drive going. But like we said, it's been a big play game. You only need one play to bring this back even.
Kleinschmidt drops the ball at the 4-yard line, makes a couple of defenders miss, and he's going to be taken down from behind at the 16-yard line, and that's where BDS will set up shop and look to at least get some points on the scoreboard. They have 52 seconds to do so.
So you're deep in your own end, about the 16-yard line. Maybe a swing pass, try to get out of bounds, but the good thing, I mean, you waste all your timeouts. That's the thing in that little section when you're trying to stop the clock.
Fake handoff, Philippi. No time. He's just going to throw on his back foot. One-handed catch by Kleinschmidt. He's got a first down at the 28. The time will stop momentarily. And here we go. It's a spike for BDS, but what a catch by Kleinschmidt.
I mean, talk about some luck. I got to be honest with you. I thought that was a pick. I mean, you know, rolling over to his right, I don't even think that Philippi even had a look at that. Throws it up, and magically, thank goodness, Kleinschmidt was there to grab it with one arm, haul it in, and give BDS a chance because, I mean, if you throw a pick right there, Sandhills-Thedford's in your end with 3 timeouts. That could have been absolutely disastrous, and they get the ball back, but got lucky, drive alive.
Philippi rushed again from the backside. He tried to shuffle it off, but it's incomplete. Was looking for Weber, and now it's going to be 2nd and 10, 33 seconds to go.
And I will say I was aware by Philippi. It was awareness / a panic just to get the ball out, but does stop the clock. It's not a sack. You can't really take a sack here. And again, like we said, all game, Philippi just can't seem to stay settled in the pocket. He's had to scramble. A great job by this front for Sandhills-Thedford to keep him in a panic.
Handoff to Weber up the middle, and he's going to get to the 35. And we have a stoppage. I don't know what for. It's 4th down. It's going to be a timeout, it looks like, by Sandhills-Thedford.
Well, yeah, because now it's a fourth down, 27 seconds. You're actually going to have a shot maybe to try and go down the field, get yourself in field goal position. But it depends. I mean, I will say this is kind of a, I mean, I guess you punt it off. I think you have to punt it off, obviously, but.
Especially with how well Kyle Artisono has punted tonight.
Right, but boy, you're tempted. You're just a couple yards away. I mean, if you do get it, you'll at least have a shot to throw to the end zone, and you still have 27 seconds. You can go down and clock it. I would be tempted. If I were a little gambly, I might try it, but I think the smart move is to just punt it. Artisono, like we said, had a great 1 yard, downed it within the 1 yard line earlier. That set up their touchdown to take the lead in the second quarter at 14-12. So that's the safe play. You got to think about further down the road. You don't need it right now. You can't give up anything, that's for sure. I mean, talk about a 2-score swing at halftime with Sandhills-Thedford getting the ball back. That's going to be, I would even call that hard to come back from with how this game has been playing out. You need to keep it within 1 score.
The offense still out there. Looking for a dead count, it looks like what they're after. 27 seconds on the clock. And the Knights not biting. And they just might take the delay game.
Yep. Yeah, they weren't going to get tricked there, I think, as soon as you come out. Because you know that there's no reason for BDS to go for that. That's just incredibly risky. So that's just smart coaching as far as communication. Hey, everybody, you know what's going to happen here. You know that they're not going to go for this, so don't flinch. They didn't. BDS, just by the nature of the beast, unable to do anything there, and they'll punt it off. And think about it, Picorni back there to return could get dangerous. I mean, your 2 guys that have done you very well tonight, Zudavern and Picorni, are going to be back to return this punt, but it's out of bounds.
Not the greatest punt that BDS would have wanted. As it's going to be marked down at the 32-yard line for Sandhills-Thedford. They got 24 seconds to work with here.
40-some yards. You know, Picorni 10-yard run, timeout or out of bounds. A Picorni 10-yard run, all of a sudden in 2 plays, you're within the red zone about if you can get the big plays you're looking for.
Like Alec mentioned, 2 timeouts for Sandhills-Thedford to work with here.
I would guess they're going to go Picorni or Zudavern 1-2 on the first 2 plays and take their timeouts and then kind of see what they're up to from there. But they're running 3 wide on the opposite side here, empty backfield.
Trips to the left. Ahlstrom, quick throw, and it's going to be dropped.
I mean, that might have been okay, honestly, because it looks like that play was going to get blown up anyway. interesting try. They tried something new in the playbook. Not a look we've seen so far tonight, but did not work out.
That was Matt Daly who dropped the screen pass. And they're going to come out in a similar set.
Okay, so now we wonder what's the other look they're coming with here.
Looks to throw it now. Pump fake, and Alstrom's just going to throw it in the ground close to a couple of receivers, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 10, 18 seconds to go.
That was a head scratcher there. I don't know what they were looking for there. I mean, I was expecting maybe them to go near side, a quick pass to Picorni, get out of bounds, get to midfield. Now they put themselves in another interesting situation. I mean, BDS is not going to have much to do. They can only hope for basically a punt return touchdown if they're trying to score in this half. But getting lucky, BDS doing what they need to do. Let's see.
Hand off Picorni left side. He'll cut in and be taken down after a couple of yards. And
probably just let that go.
That's going to do it for the first half of play here in Shickley. While the offenses started out slow, it was this second quarter that saw them come alive. A lot of big plays, but by the end of it, it is a lead for Sandhills-Thedford, 20-14 over BDS. Your score here in Shickley. We'll take a break and be back for the halftime report here on NET. The lights are on here in Shickley, and it's a good one. 20-14, Sandhills-Thedford leads BDS. Let's recap you on how we got here. Alec?
That's right. Alec Rome here with Jeff Ekstrom. BDS, 3 drives, 3 punts to start off this game. Sandhills-Thedford had a 4th down fumble in their first drive, but in the first quarter, 55-yard touchdown from the first play for Reese Zudevern to take a 6-0 lead. Then later on, we had BDS get that 33-yard touchdown with Weber. Did get the 2-point conversion, make it 8-6. Answering right back, a 66-yard touchdown by Grant Alstrom for Sandhills-Thedford and the Knights to take a 12-8 lead. BDS answering right back with Kleinschmidt with that insane play on a 52-yard touchdown. 2-point was no good there, but they took the lead 14-12. Then right at the end of the half, marching down the field, a really long drive for Sandhills-Thedford. Alstrom punched it in on a 1-yard touchdown. So both touchdowns tonight. There are at least 2 touchdowns for Sandhills-Thedford for Alstrom. That's a little atypical, I would have to say, of what we normally see from him. But getting out of his comfort zone is working for Sandhills-Thedford, and they lead it 20-14 as we enter the second half of play, the championship quarters, Jeff.
We're just about set to go. Kyle Artisono to kick it away. The son of BDS co-head coach Chris Artisono. And we're underway. It's a booming kick into the end zone, and the Knights will start their first offensive drive of this second half at the 15-yard line.
Say it's a little chillier out here. It's, you know, maybe in the low 40s, upper 30s, and the wind hasn't played too much of a factor tonight. And of course, we haven't seen anybody kick the football besides a punt. We don't know if we'll have to pull out the field goal unit at all tonight, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Here comes this I-form.
Hand off Picorni outside, tried to cut in, but he's only going to get a few yards.
And I will say BDS has done a really nice job, I would say, especially in the second quarter. They stopped Picorni a lot more, got numbers to the line right away. Picorni a little less successful on the run, but, you know, when we say that, he was still over 100 yards on the half. So you can only stop him so much.
And off Picorni again, but this time it's going to be inside the tackles. And he'll get another short gain, so it's going to be around a 3rd and 5 here for the Knights.
And what we say, Jeff, I mean, those 2 tackles on the inside are not where you want to go. And Picorni's, a lot of his success so far has been running outside, those nice medium gains adding up. Don't want to go inside. I think you should still commit to what they've been doing.
3rd and 5. Hand off to McCorney. Stiff arms a man, but slips and falls short of the first down marker.
Laundry. We got Laundry on the field, Jeff.
It was thrown near the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be holding on Sandhills-Thedford. That will for sure be declined and set up the fourth down.
So BDS reacting very well. Coming out of the half, Sandhills-Thedford have an opportunity to go up 2 scores, but instead BDS stopping Picorni. Nothing much happening on this drive, and we should expect to see a punt here.
And that's what BDS needed. A 3 and out, get some momentum, and look to at least tie this game. Matt Daly kicks it away. Fair catch made by Tyler Grote at the 29-yard line. And that's where BDS will take over and try to tie this game. It seemed like they already made some adjustments on the defensive side, and now we get to see if they've done that on the other side of the ball.
Right, well, I mean, the adjustments you have to make, you hope to get, especially on your offense, you want to get Philippi more rushes and just get him more open field. Sandhills-Thedford's given him absolutely nothing when it comes to the run game, so maybe some different looks need to come for BDS. Here's one.
Fake handoff, and Philippi is going to take it to the right side, and he'll be taken down after a pretty good gain up just short of the 35.
I mean, honestly, Jeff, that might be one of his biggest gains of the game. I mean, in reality, he's just not getting those big, highlight reel plays to gain first downs and touchdowns that you've wanted him to.
He has 20 touchdowns on the ground the entire year and has really been held in check. But this time he takes another direct snap, and he's only going to get a few yards. He'll be short of the first down.
That was a direct snap.
37.
Kleinschmidt, yeah. Jeff, that was Kleinschmidt on the direct snap, and that's another person who has the rushing lead right now for this BDS side, but even he didn't get that much.
So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for this BDS offense. Weber and Philippi in the backfield. Direct snap to Weber. Charges forward, and he'll get the first down across the 40.
I will say, when they've needed yards or they've needed a big play, Weber has been there. Again, Weber just 5'11", but a 210 sophomore, getting enough momentum out of the backfield to get the critical few yards needed to extend the drive there. And like we said, he had a touchdown earlier. He was their first score of the game, Weber.
Going to be a reverse to Kleinschmidt, who's got some room, cuts into the field, and there he goes. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Another great play by the senior Kleinschmidt.
Oh, Chris Artesono and Mark Rotter were hoping to be able to give a different look. I think they may have wanted to pull that in the first half, but they saved that reverse look for now, and it pays off with a big play. Everybody for that Sandhills-Thedford side was just out of whack, and I'm really surprised they didn't go for a touchdown.
Blake Schlegel, one of the starting offensive linemen, limped off. Something to keep intact with the remainder of this game. Philippine shotgun again. Read option, this time hands it off to Kleinschmidt, who's in the secondary. Down to the pylon, spins off a defender, but he will be called short.
And now Kleinschmidt is really making plays. Yes, it's just spun out. 1st and goal for BDS.
Going to be down at the 2. Kleinschmidt, who's eclipsed 900 rushing yards on the year with this game, really stepped in big. He's in the backfield. Was the lead blocker for Philippi, bounces the outside, goes forward, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, BDS, and we're tied at 20.
Great defensive stand, BDS. Great plays coming out. Kleinschmidt with 2 huge runs on the reverse, and then that basically inside run to put them within the red zone. And Philippi finally takes one into the end zone, his first of the night. And BDS is level, and a 2-point conversion opportunity again to take the edge in the Class D2 state championship final.
Philippi fake handoff, looks to throw, does to the outside, and just overthrew his man. That was Eric Schroeder, incomplete, and we are tied at 20. 8:30 remaining third quarter. Class D2 state championship here live on NET. Stick with us.
Electricity. It makes life easier, more productive, brighter, possible. Yet we only think about it when we don't have it. The next time you're doing, well, anything, think about how electricity makes it all possible. And know we will be there, powering your everyday, every day.
Welcome back here to Shickley as we are tied at 20. Dominic Philippi, a 2-yard quarterback run to make this thing tied with 8:30 remaining in this third quarter. Kyle Artisono to kick it away. Another booming kick, and Picorni and Zudavern will just watch it go over their head. And they'll take over at the 15. It was a 3-and-out last time to start their first offensive drive of the second half. See if they can make some adjustments of their own and put some pressure on BDS.
We've only seen Ostrom take about one shot, one big pass so far tonight. And again, pinned deep around the 15 in their own end of the field. Can BDS stop them again?
And we have a flag before the snap. False start on Sandhills-Thedford. And they'll go back 5 yards. And they'll begin this drive at 1st and 15. Their first penalty of the game. Backs them up to their own 10-yard line. Pitch to the left side for Picorni. Gets a lead block, but hit hard and out of bounds by BDS. Kyle Artisono on the hit there.
I mean, if you're Sandhills-Thedford, I think now's the time to start doing different looks. I mean, I think they've got this look, this kind of pitch slash run to the outside with Picorni locked down. I mean, there's been no big gain in the last 2 possessions for Sandhills-Thedford. It's time to maybe go Zudavern on the inside, something else.
The gain of 2 yards. Another outside run for Picorni, and again he's met by BDS defenders. And yeah, Alec, this BDS just figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's happening. That you're not going to be able to do anything here. Now Alstrom over to get the call. I mean, this is the time to throw the football, or, I mean, like I suggested, I would want to do a jet sweep here. I would want to try and get them off their feet, something tricky. Because the look you're giving them isn't working, and now they're going to go 3 wide. 4 wide, no running back in the backfield.
3-man rush. Alstrom looking deep, chucks one up, and just way overthrows his man. He was looking for Picorni, and again, it's going to be another 3-and-out. All the momentum now on the Eagles side.
So that'll bring up a 4th down for the Knights. Got the ball at the 13-yard line.
Sandhills-Thedford will have to kick it away from their own 13. Tyler Grote back to receive it for BDS. Matt Daly kicks it away. And Grote lets it bounce for a second, then takes it from behind the 30. Tries to make a cut upfield, but he's taken down immediately inside the 30-yard line, and that's where we will see BDS go to work and try to take the lead here over the Knights. .7:41 to go in this third quarter. BDS with the only touchdown so far to tie this thing up at 20. And now they have the ball again, trying to take the lead. Handoff Kleinschmidt, and he's going to be taken down after a gain of 1. Andrew Furrow with the tackle for the Knights.
It's going to be interesting, Jeff. I think this is BDS's time to take control of this game. But this may become a battle of the defenses and of the trenches. I mean, it already has been, but neither side has quite been able to get much time beside BDS and Kleinschmidt. Kleinschmidt's the main person. Here he is again, but brought down right there immediately. That is Reed McFadden taking care of business, and now a 3rd down and 9 for this Eagle side.
Yeah, second time they did a snap right to Kleinschmidt. And now it's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 to be exact. And see what BDS wants to draw up as we approach halfway through this third quarter. The Class D2 state championship game.
This would be a great response for Sandhills-Thedford if they're able to give their offense the ball back here in a much better position.
3-man rush. Philippi has some time, looks to throw deep, but does right to Kleinschmidt on the sideline. Spins past a couple of defenders and taken down inside the 25.
Sandhills-Thedford really wanted a hold there at the line. They may have had an argument for it, but enough time for Philippi to get the big throw. And Kleinschmidt, the absolute all-star right now for this Eagles side, making the plays, spinning, evading everybody, and a huge gain to put them into Knights territory and a chance to take the lead potentially in a critical moment.
Philippi rush, gonna throw cross body. That's Eric Schroeder. He makes a catch, but immediately taken down behind the line at the 25.
But then there again, Sandhills-Thedford bringing the rush. I mean, I think that's incredibly dangerous. Those back foot throws, that's where mistakes happen. Sandhills-Thedford just needs one of those mistakes, one interception to turn this game back in their favor. I think they really need an interception. Look over on that side. Dane Picorni is telling his guys, hey, let's wake up. We can't let them score right now. We can't let them take the lead.
2nd and 12. Philippi, quarterback run, sidesteps, but taken down near the line of scrimmage. Another big play by the Sandhills-Thedford defense, but can they make another one on 3rd down? They didn't last time.
Well, I need this one right now. I mean, they're feeling it. I think they're in a great rhythm right now. They played really well. Like we said, Mark Rotter this side, they were concerned about the physicality of the Sandhills-Thedford team. Nobody's really been able to run it on them very much, and a moderate amount of gains here for BDS on the run, mainly Kleinschmidt and some trick plays and different looks.
Hand off to Schmidt, but a reverse for Grote, who's looking to throw. Does, and it's incomplete. Looking in the middle of the field for Weber.
Well, he was I would say that he was looking for Weber on the second option. You could tell his eyes were looking for Kleinschmidt. I think Kleinschmidt was just maybe covered on that one. And also, I must say, that would have been a difficult throw across the field again for Kleinschmidt. Good try to new look, but to no avail. And now a 4th down and medium. And again, this is a no man's land type of area where you might as well go for it. Give it a run. Let's see if they can get this gain.
Philippi swing pass to Kleinschmidt and take it down. There, the line of scrimmage. That's Dane Picorni. Sandhills-Thedford takes over.
Number 22 with the big hit and the big stop. And Sandhills-Thedford, I would say they've started the last couple drives within their own 20, and this time they finally have some breathing room to maybe this time, if you go Picorni on the outside, you might have a little bit more room to work with. It hasn't worked the last 2 drives. They've had a lot of trouble. Let's see what happens on this drive.
Wallstrom to throw, does for a little screen pass. It's caught but taken down way behind the line. Artisono on the tackle.
I mean, I'm surprised that that's who he threw to. I think that was Daly on the reception for not much, back to the line of scrimmage, but he had 1 or 2 more people. But yeah, I'm surprised that blew up in an instant. That did not look very good on that throw. They're trying to get a different look. They're trying to do something different, but to not much avail. I mean, I almost wonder if you're trying to figure something out to let Alstrom get some space. They had that huge run from this exact position in the first half.
And off Picorni, cuts inside, but he gets up to the 29. But again, it's going to be 3rd and around 6 yards. Not easy. None of their offense has been in the second half.
Well, yeah, and Jeff, you know, I understand wanting to run it on second, but you know, you're hoping to get yourself in a position where you're allowed to run it on 3rd, or you can run it on 3rd with Picorni. But I think this is just a little bit too far of a distance right now at 3rd and 6 with how well BDS has been playing.
Alstrom under center, hands it off to Picorni left side. Breaks a couple of tackles. He'll get the first down and drag defenders all the way to the 40-yard line.
Well, pardon me, Jeff. Apparently I was wrong there. That is a fine enough distance to go ahead and run it on 3rd down. The first big run we've seen Sandhills-Thedford make this entire second half with Picorni. BDS has been very, very good at the point of attack until then when they needed to, and they let up the 3rd down conversion. And here we go, Sandhills-Thedford can start to build on this each little play and drive down the field, waste some clock, 3:15 left in the quarter.
And up Picorni left side again, gets around the corner, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Getting 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 7. Just shy of the Eagles' 37.
Be 2nd and 7 here for the Knights. A big defensive stop on BDS, and now looking to take the lead here in Shickley in enemy territory. Fullback dive, Zudevern breaks 3 into the secondary as he falls inside the 25.
We've been wondering, Jeff, when we'd hear the name Zudevern again, and just like that, we've seen him a little bit here and there, but when we have, he's made big plays. And now here come the Knights driving to try and score and take the lead. It's going to be one of those who's going to take the lead first, trading blows sort of games as we enter into the deep parts of this Class D2 state championship. Up the middle, Zudevern, and still another first down.
The exact same play, a 14-yard gain up to the 10-yard line. It's not fancy, but it's effective for Sandhills-Thedford.
It's working now. They've finally been able to break through. BDS is letting up these plays. The first 2 drives of this second half were just awful. Not what you wanted for Sandhills-Thedford, but now finally back to the game plan, back to the system.
Alstrom hands it off to Picorni. and escapes a tackle by Artisono, but he doesn't get much after that. Gets back just a little ahead of the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down. Under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Sandhills-Thedford driving it down here down to the 10-yard line of BDS, looking to retake the lead. Ahlstrom under center. Fullback dive to Zudavern, and he will get only a few yards. Up to the 8-yard line. It'll be third down now.
Now, Jeff, you wonder, are you going to go, is this 4-down territory, or do you maybe try for the points? Not that far of a field goal, be about a 25-yarder if they don't get this.
Pitch to Picorni. Makes a couple of moves, but he's going to be taken down short of the line of scrimmage. That's Easton Weber on the tackle.
Well, that gets him down to about the 5-yard line. They need to get to maybe the 1 or the 2. Is that right? Yeah, it's going to be pretty close to the goal line. It's not a fourth and goal here. So do you take the points, or do you try to get this touchdown? I mean, again, one of those situations where I do think you can go for it, because it's kind of a zero-loss situation. Might as well when you're trying to win your first state championship as a co-op.
4th and 5. Handoff Picorni. Cuts inside, looking to go forward, but it looks like he's short.
We've got a tough angle because we're sitting in the middle of the field here, but it's a turnover on downs. BDS stops them.
With 16.4 seconds left in the third quarter, BDS makes a big stop of their own to keep the Knights out of the end zone.
Wow, I mean, that's disappointing for Sandhills-Thedford, but again, get back on it, take a breath. You've got a defensive stand you need to make right here, and a lot of opportunity. 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Class D2 state championship.
Philippi, direct snap to him. He's going to cut inside, and it's a face mask, and there's the flag. Philippi was clearly a loose hand from Sandhills-Thedford. Got it on Philippi's face mask, and it's going to be a personal foul. And tough break for the Knights, as that gives them some breathing room now.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, perfect positioning for Sandhills-Thedford to, again, get the ball back in a decent position. And now you give BDS too much breathing room, too much of a chance to use Kleinschmidt in the jet sweep motion. This is not what you wanted. You wanted to make them run it with Philippi, or do something up the middle with Easton Weber. But now you're giving BDS options.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 20. They were at their own 3-yard line. And BDS is just going to let the clock go. We are tied at 20 as BDS made a late stop to keep the Knights out of the end zone. They have the ball at their own 20, looking to break this tie when we come back here on NET.
All this grass, all this mulch, all these projects to do. They all get done with the Kubota BX Series tractor. The Kubota BX Series. Kubota is a proud sponsor of Nebraska high school sports on NET. It's the crack of dawn, but it's never too early to get ready for hunting season. Acceleration, handling, and cargo room for work. The Kubota Sidekick. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNEsports.com.
NET Sports traveled to Kearney for the 62nd Shrine Football Classic and was the first television network in the nation to cover live football since March.
And hello again, everyone. I'm Larry Putney alongside Damon, or socially distancing from Damon Benning. Great to have you with us here in Kearney for the first
with social distancing and required masks. The NET production crew worked hard to bring the state another stellar sports production.
Welcome back to Contact Sports in the state of Nebraska. Today we celebrate this.
Fourth quarter of the D2 state championship. It's where champions are made under the Friday night lights. We're tied at 20 between BDS and Sandhills-Thedford. The winner earns a state championship for their school. 1st and 10 for their own 20 for BDS, looking to break this time. Direct snap right to Easton Weber, who charges forward, down up to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5 to begin this drive.
Both sides have been very good with holding on to the ball. They were a little iffy to start with some of their handoffs and exchanges, but no time to make mistakes right now, Jeff. It is anybody's game. One possession will make the difference in this game. Tied at 20, going into the final of the state championship, the last quarter, potentially.
Read option handoff to Weber, who's going to be dragged down from behind after a gain of 1.
This is what you work for, Jeff. This is what you work for all season, in the offseason, in the summer, through quarantine, through all this madness we've had. You get to this moment, your shot at making history.
Going to be 3rd down. BDS needs the 30-yard line. Dead count, and they got Sandhills-Thedford to jump. And it's going to be a 1st down for BDS. Wasn't much of a jump, but that's all it needs.
Just enough, just a little flinch, and that's a free 1st down for Philippi and the BDS offense.
So now it will be 1st and 10 from the 32. Philippi reverse for Kleinschmidt, who cut inside and will go forward to the 29. Corney on the tackle, and it's going to be 2nd down here for BDS.
You know, one thing to consider here, Jeff, the time's running. If they continue to run this clock down, Sandhills-Thedford has required a lot of time for the most part.
Fake handoff, Philippi get taken himself around the left side. He's got some room inside Knight territory and up inside the 35.
Nice run there, Philippi, breaking some ankles there to get the 1st down. But as I said, you wind this clock down, Sandhills-Thedford has not been able to make the big play like they had in the first half. They had 2 big plays that required no time off the clock, but lately they've been needing to set a drive and put a drive together, and you start wasting some clock here, only give them a few minutes to do it. You might lock this game up. You never know. Get a score, take a few more minutes off the clock, you'll be sitting in good position.
Philippi along with Weber. Weber will take the snap, goes between the tackles, and he will just march his way down to the 25-yard line and near another 1st down.
We've seen that direct snap fake a lot tonight, and it's been working out for Weber. Played a big part in this game, including a score earlier that put BDS up 14-12. Trying to go up now.
2nd and 3, 9 minutes to go. Philippi with some lead blockers. Squeezes between a couple of defenders and gets up near the 10-yard line.
And a little bit banged up there. Great block by the right guard, Schroeder. That kind of created a domino effect, giving Philippi plenty of room to get down to the 11-yard line.
Down to the 11. Philippi, who's been getting a bunch of big plays with his feet on this drive.
Been quiet for most of it, big this drive.
Directs out White to Weber. Goes to the left side, but he will get to the 10 before being trucked back by a couple of Knight defenders up to the 10.
I mean, that's a great point, Jeff. I mean, when we consider the whole scope of this game, Philippi has done a lot less than you wanted on the run, and now finally 2 big plays for him to get them into the red zone within the 10-yard line and give the Eagles a chance to take the lead. And again, like we said, clock rolling down. It's around 8:12 remaining in regulation as far as we know.
Philippi, fake handoff, looking to throw. Does throw and dropped. Elijah Knoll, the intended receiver, drops a pass. I think he was looking to run before he even could corral the football.
Right, yeah, you have to secure the catch before you start running, and you got to think, you know that there's some Knights on your back, so you want to get the football protected, but you need to catch it first. And you wonder just maybe the lack of just passing offense for both of these sides maybe contributing to that mistake right there.
3rd and 9. Hand off to Weber, left side, spins his way inside the 5-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down marker.
Same situation like Sandhills-Thedford just had. You might as well go for it. It's a little bit closer, I would say, than what Sandhills-Thedford had, but might as well try it. I think this is a really good spot. 7:33, like we said, they're chewing clock. Good opportunity, but they need to punch it in, and Sandhills-Thedford can still stop this drive and give up no points.
Crowd on their feet. 4th and 2. Gives it to Philippi, who looks to dive forward on the quarterback sneak.
Very close. I mean, from this perspective, it looks really close, Jeff.
No official word, and they're going to measure it.
Oh, man.
Wow. You could tell right away that BDS thought they got it. You could just, all the linemen just kept motioning that they got the first down.
Right, but I think Philippi kind of went down a little early.
Yeah.
I don't think he really got that charge you would expect to see, but let's see. We zoom in on this marker. Very close, yes.
First down for BDS, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles, looking to take the lead.
And just as Sandhills-Thedford did at the end of the first half, extending the drive, taking time off. Now you can take 1 or 2 plays and take another minute off the clock and force Sandhills-Thedford to put a drive together with not as much time as they'd hoped for.
Kleinschmidt takes the direct snap to the left side, dives in for the end zone. Touchdown, BDS.
With 6:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. BDS takes a 26-20 lead.
2-yard run by Dalton Kleinschmidt, who's just been the workhorse tonight for BDS. And now a very important 2-point conversion here.
Right, I mean, I think there's maybe only been 1 or 2 2-point conversions completed tonight. Just 1, that was BDS.
Philippi looking to throw, looking for Schroeder, he got it! Eric Schroeder hauls it in, and a big 2-point conversion for BDS as they take a 28-20 lead with 6:51 to go, and that's the time that Sandhills-Thedford has to work with to try and tie this D2 state championship game. We'll be back here on NET. Dalton Kleinschmidt, second touchdown of the night over 100 yards rushing, or total yards, and he's just been that star player who stepped up tonight for BDS. Philippi has come alive in the second half after being shut down in the first 2 quarters. And the Eagles lead it 28-20, but 6:51 is plenty of time for the Sandhills-Thedford offense.
Oh, without a doubt. But I think it's right on that edge of the amount of time they've needed. They really like to take longer drives, but not going to have that privilege afforded as much as a squib kick here.
Taken by Picorni inside the 5-yard line. And they'll be hit hard at the 19. And that's where the Knights will take over, who need a touchdown plus the 2-point conversion.
Right.
Which is just huge for BDS.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to do. Now, something to watch. Schroeder had a little bit of a tough time getting up earlier. He's got his hands on his hips. That's somebody I would watch. Took a hard hit there on the left side of the line for BDS.
And just a fullback dive, and it goes nowhere. Zudavern just stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, this is where this lack of diversity between running and passing really has hurt Sandhills-Thedford. They have not scored in the second half of play, Jeff. They have not scored at all. Now, BDS just with the 1 touchdown, or 2 touchdowns rather, but Sandhills-Thedford has been held scoreless in the second half.
Looking to throw is Ahlstrom, does on his back foot, and he overthrows his man. Looking there for Drew McIntosh.
Boy, when I tell you that is a foot or two, a step or two away from a big play on the pass from Ahlstrom. I mean, that was a great shot. Good time to take a shot. Didn't work out for you. Now you got 3rd down.
3rd and 10. Ahlstrom under center. Fake handoff, looking to throw again. Does, and it's incomplete. Just a little too high for Matt Daly. And that's a really blown opportunity because Daly was wide open there to that sideline.
2 passes where they had a step on a receiver and just over the fingertips. That hurts. That is just a momentum killer. That hurts a lot. And they have no choice but to kick this away.
Be 4th and 10. Nobody is back for BDS. The snap almost went over Matt Daly's head.
Oh, look at this bounce.
Friendly bounce for Sandhills-Thedford. It'll be marked down at the 16-yard line.
Nice 44-yard punt there.
An important punt for Sandhills-Thedford, and now BDS has time to chew up the clock, and if things go well, possibly put this game out of reach. Each team with all 3 of their timeouts. 5:50 to go.
It's funny, this game, you know, we came in saying, oh, well, Sandhills-Thedford wants to make the long drives, and BDS is the big play. Well, in the first half, those two absolutely flipped. You know, Sandhills-Thedford made the big plays. BDS couldn't get anything done. Now BDS is going to make the long drive, run the clock down, and end the game, hopefully.
Kleinschmidt took the direct snap, and he will go forward close to the 25. And a good chunk on 1st down.
Nice chunk there. Again, I think the diversity of looks and the diversity of options, even minus wide receiver Aaron Mick, I think has really worked out better for BDS. They have a little bit more diversity, and right now they have a few more points on the scoreboard.
BDS taking their time, wasting some clock. Philippi takes the QB draw, and Matt Daly is there to take him down at the 25. Really close to the 1st down.
It's going to be just short, Jeff, probably about a yard.
3rd and 1. big play if Sandhills-Thedford wants to get the ball back. Certainly not end of the world
No,
if
it's
BDS
not.
gets the first down, but if you want to save yourself some time, you'd want to stop here.
4:30 and counting, Jeff, and I think you're going to get to the point where you're going to have to burn timeouts if this becomes a first down.
Philippi in shotgun. He's going to take it to the left side. Cuts in's got the first down as he will be taken down at the 29 and a first down for the Eagles.
So a first down there. Remember, it's 28-20. This is probably going to get down to maybe 3:45-ish left on the clock. They're going to run the play, and you're going to see a timeout likely coming here from Sandhills-Thedford, depending on where this goes. But definitely the better advantage right now for BDS.
Under 4 and counting on the clock. Kleinschmidt takes it up the middle, and he gets ankle tackled. He had a lot of green in front of him, but gets tripped up after a few yards.
They get really fortunate there, and now it doesn't even look like Sandhills-Thedford is really going to take this time out. They got exactly what they wanted there. They can kind of let the clock go down a little bit and save a timeout because of the fortunate play. Hopefully get maybe a stop at the line of scrimmage or a negative play to make it third down. Then you take the timeout and see what happens there. It's not over yet.
2nd and 7. High snap. And Sandhills-Thedford holds BDS there on 1 yard to bring up a third down. And there's the timeout by Sandhills-Thedford. We'll keep it right here. And Alec, if you're BDS, what are you drawing up here on this third down?
Well, are you drawing up anything is the better question. I don't think you are. I think you have the 8-point lead. You have you have the advantage. I mean, you have the advantage. You're up 8. I don't think you need to do anything crazy. I don't think you need to pass the ball. You're just hoping to advance this a couple more yards, punt it, put them in deep, trust your defense, and hopefully your defense can lead you to a state title.
Now, let's say if BDS does get the first down, it'd be close, but I don't know if that puts the game out of reach for Sandhills-Thedford.
Well, let's see. You got to think again. You know, that'll be 30-ish seconds off, just 2 timeouts. I mean, they would have it within a minute if they would actually make another stop on the next set of downs. But this, I would say, is the biggest third down of the game by far.
Could be possibly the biggest third down of the season here for at least Sandhills-Thedford.
I'm going to Easton Weber here. I'm going to somebody that's been very reliable on third downs, very reliable in these mid-game situations, somebody that we know will protect the football. That's who I'm going to. I'm a little worried about Philippi potentially fumbling or getting it stripped.
And here it is. Fake handoff. Philippi looking to throw. Does to a wide open Eric Schroeder, who's going to take it in the end zone. Touchdown, BDS.
Well, I thought they weren't going to draw anything up, but Artisono and Rodder said we want this game over with. That's the state championship winning moment there. Play action, rolls over to the right, a wide open Schroeder for the touchdown. The senior hauls it in. And that's the play that will likely win BDS the state championship on their home field here in Shickley, Nebraska. 2-point conversion here.
Fake handoff, throw it again, and this time it is caught by Elijah Knoll to make it a 16-point game. Eric Schroeder, his first touchdown this season, his 7th reception, and it's a big one that could put this D2 state championship game out of reach. Find out if Sandhills-Thedford can make the comeback after this here on NET.
Hi everyone, the NET production remote truck is on location ready for another live sports broadcast. Here's your invitation to become a member of the Sports Partners Club and help ensure the great sports we all love continue on NET. Member benefits include invitations to things like production facility tours, meet and greet events, and tailgate parties. Thanks to the support of NET Sports Partner Club members, NET is Nebraska's home for sports. Become a member of the NET Sports Partners Club.
Touchdown reception. The big boy at 6'4", 220-pound senior might have put this game away for BDS.
Well, it's a long road back, Jeff. You're talking about a touchdown for a team that has not scored at all in the second half for the Knights. A 2-point conversion, an onside kick, and another touchdown with another 2-point conversion. Clutch plays for BDS, a great second half for them in the adjustments.
Here's Zudevern with the kickoff return on the far sideline. He'll get across the 25. And now this Knights offense who has to come up with a couple of big plays. Alec, they've been shut out in the second half.
Right, I mean, Picorni was really going to work over 100 yards in the first half, and they were able to put 20 points up on the board. But after that, BDS just incredible halftime adjustments to keep them scoreless. They knew where the point of attack was when they were handing it to Picorni, and they've gotten little to nothing. Throw here,
Ahlstrom,
big one, Ahlstrom.
Looking deep for Zudevern. He makes the catch inside the 30-yard line. There's the big play they needed. They need another one to at least get in the end zone, but they're inside the 30.
Well, that's a start. Finally going to the air and getting one complete. Zudevern.
No huddle. Screen pass. It is caught by Matt Daly. He'll be tackled at the 25. 2:25 and counting for the Knights.
Oh, I think you reasonably need a minute. but I think they're going to go no huddle here because they obviously want to save these timeouts. They've got 2 remaining. You want to save them in case you need them. Here they go.
Ahlstrom throws near side. It is caught. And close to the first down. He might be just a tad short. Drew McIntosh on the reception.
Well, I don't quite like going inside there, running inside. I think you needed to run to the sideline and try to get out of bounds to save the time because the time's still ticking. Now you're under 2 minutes.
Yeah. Rushing to the line, Ahlstrom, low snap. It's just toss it up to the end zone looking for Zudevern, and he overthrows his man. Incomplete, and now it's going to be 4th and 1.
Well, the good thing is you can run this, get the first down, the clock stops because they have to set it, and then you can run a play from there. The bad news is it's over for sure if you can't get this converted. So, I don't know, maybe they try to throw it here, but BDS will talk it over. They are up big on the verge of a D2 state championship on their home turf. We'll find out if they can do it when we come back.
Championship hopes on the line. Alongside Alec Rome, I'm Jeff Ekstrom. Big play. Sandhills-Thedford needs the first down. Ahlstrom. Handoff to Picorni, right side. He gets the first down.
And that's what you were looking for. That's what you were looking for. You get the time stop. They got to get the chains in, get set up, throw on first.
They got 1:30. Ahlstrom chucks it to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. There was contact. A couple of Knight Players wanted a flag, but none is thrown. It'll be second down.
Close one. I don't think there was quite enough. I think the ball was thrown a little far out of the path of the receiver. But went well. Minute 24. Like we said, you're going to have to go for the punch to the end zone. It doesn't look like BDS is really bringing pressure. They're only rushing 3. Man-to-man.
Ahlstrom again goes to the sideline. It's caught by Picorni, who just shoves a man off, and he'll go out of bounds.
And that's a good result. I mean, that's what you wanted. If you couldn't get the touchdown there, you got the first. Oh, man, that's really close. I thought they had the first here. Yep, they do get the first. They finally give the signal.
Down to the 5-yard line.
So you got out of bounds. You got the first, a minute 17. Punch it in. You'll have a minute if you get the onside kick.
Throws immediately. It's caught by McIntosh. Cuts to the outside, and he is able to dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. It's one step they desperately needed, and now comes the 2-point conversion that they need.
Yep, need it. Got to be perfect from here on out.
Ahlstrom. Handoff to Picorni outside, and he will step it in to the end zone. 2-point conversion, good. And it's 36-28 with a minute 10 remaining.
So you're saying there's a chance, Jeffrey?
Sandhills-Thedford making it interesting at the least. They have one timeout with a minute 10 to go.
I mean, that's about as good as that drive could have went. I mean, finally they're able to put together a scoring drive. BDS playing just a little bit more prevent defense off the ball, a few steps. Finally gives Sandhills-Thedford their first touchdown, their first of anything of the second half. Credit to BDS for being able to hold them for this long, but we got a little bit of a sweat here, a little bit of a sweat on a very chilly evening. It's cooled down quite a bit, but there's still some nervous energy in the air. Potentially, it's not over.
They need the onside kick. Minute 10 remaining, one timeout for Sandhills-Thedford. So if BDS does get the ball, they will not have enough opportunities to stop the clock. So it all comes down to this.
Again, perfect. You got to be perfect. Here's another step. Can they get the ball here?
They need a good bounce. Braden Gugamas, the kicker. Looking to give his team a chance. And it's taken by BDS. They recover the onside kick and are a minute and 9 seconds away from a D2 state championship.
BDS faced one of their toughest defenses they played all year. Had a tough time in the first half, down 6 heading into halftime, and incredible adjustments, giving them multiple touchdowns in this half. Philippi, Kleinschmidt, and to seal it off, Schroeder on the play action in a gamble spot to close this game out. Now just a couple of quick runs or a kneel down.
There's the kneel, the first time out coming from the Knights. They're gonna let the clock run.
They've just got the one left. We'll see what happens here. Second down. Like we said, it's likely over with.
When you talk about how tough this defense was, if this score holds, it'll be the least amount of points scored by BDS this season.
And it still wasn't enough. Wow.
Second kneel down by Philippi with 27 seconds to go. And it doesn't look like they're going to use a timeout here. 15 seconds The players doing the handshakes. Under 10.
Great sportsmanship by both teams.
The final seconds ticking off, and there it is. It's official. BDS is your 2020 D2 state champions.
D2 state champs, the BDS Eagles.
An incredible run by Sandhills-Thedford, defeating the #1 seed to get to the state final, and they were up at half, just didn't quite have enough to keep a hold of it. A great season for them, but BDS holds on with an incredible second half of play, great defense, and a dynamic offense in the running game, and they take it down, your D2 state champions.
Eric Schroeder, 47 yards. His 7th reception and his first touchdown of the season proves to be the difference as BDS, for the 3rd time in 6 years, has a claim on a state championship. We'll take a break. Be back with the player and trophy presentations here on NET.
Next, we're joined by Lynn Messersmith, who is an Alliance writer and cowboy poet, as well as a 3rd-generation rancher whose grandparents homesteaded in Cherry County in the late 1800s. Lynn, welcome.
I was born and raised here, and I guess my feet are full of sand. I've always loved to read poetry. I became involved in the cowboy poetry movement, which is a little bit different, but it's just basically storytelling in verse. I'm about Nebraska, and I'm a rural person, and so that's where my roots are. There's a connection with the audience. I'm basically an introvert, which you would not know, but you can become anybody when you're performing. I don't know her name, this relative from the past in the faded photograph, looking proud, but not quite. I like to listen to NET radio because, number one, you do the shows like Friday Live, which showcases different areas of the state, different people's professions, talents. One of my favorite programs is All Things Considered. We get viewpoints from all over, nationally, world viewpoints. I get both sides with the news. I can make up my own mind. If I believe in something, I believe I need to support it with my presence, my finances, and even to tell other people about it. I appreciate NET very much, and keep up the good work. I'm Lynn Messersmith from Alliance, Nebraska. I listen and support NET Radio.
Welcome back to Shickley. We're going to turn it over to the BDSPA for the medal and trophy presentations.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentation will be made by NSAA Board of Director Dana Wiseman from Sutton. Here are the awards for the runner-up Sandhills-Thedford Knights. Head coach Joss Dinas and his assistants will present the silver medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Braden Guggenmus. Grant Alstrom. Matthew Daly. Parker Ballinger. Seth Scranton. Brody Stengel. Colin Winklebauer. Trey Hickman. Dane Picorni. Connor Cooksley. Reese Zudevern. Caden Hakey. Drew McIntosh. Lan Wild. Zeb Wild. Tyson Stengel. Andrew Furrow. Reed McFadden. Skylar Anderson. Rhett McFadden. Brayton Brannick. And Brady Dahlberg. For these outstanding athletes in their school, here is the 2020 NSAA Class D2 State Football Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Sandhills-Thedford. See the guy in the red hat pointing at me, tell me to go. Whoops. Just running back on our headsets. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Yep, and we'll throw it back to you.
Oh, are you?
We're gonna go live then.
Okay.
So as we take team photos here, folks, from Shickley, Nebraska, your final score, BDS 36, Sandhills-Thedford 28. As they receive their runner-up trophy here in Class D2. A great season. Coach Josh Danis, really, they gave it a great run. Again, like they said, they got rid of City Sacred Heart in the semifinal and gave it their all tonight, but just not enough. Like we said, holding BDS to the least amount of points they've scored all season. So nothing to hang your head about if you're the Knights.
As they will finish the season 12-1. BDS going to finish 12-0. It's a tough thing coming to a state championship. We're usually at Memorial Stadium, coming to enemy territory,
right,
and play a team like BDS. So tough. And now we throw it over for the medal and trophy presentations for the D2 state champions, BDS.
Now to the champions, the Bruning-Davenport Shickley Eagles. Head coaches Mark Roeder and Chris Artisono, we have a special award for you. Coach Roeder and Coach Artisono and their assistants will present the gold medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Presenting the championship game ball from Farmers Mutual Insurance is NSAA Board of Director Dana Wiseman of Sutton. Derek Domeyer. Dalton Kleinschmidt. Eric Schroeder. Seth Stengel. Jaron Norder. Raleigh Shipley. Dom Philippi. Gatlin Henricks. Tyler Grote. Zach Hoynes. Kyle Artisano. Owen Oglesby. Cameron Hoynes. Hunter Cox. Jay Kemp. Tanner Bolte. Eli Knoll. Aaron Nick. Houston Weber. Anthony Schweer. Blake Schlegel. Ethan Schaefer. Adam Alfs. Trevor Whitesell. Lathan Stanek. Logan Johnson. For these outstanding athletes in their school, here's the 2020 NSAA Class D2 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Bruning-Davenport Shickley.
BDS celebrating their 4th ever state championship. It's their 3rd as a co-op.
Once again, congratulations.
They first started as Bruning-Davenport Shickley in the fall of 2010, and it's just been dominant run as a program. 3rd state championship in 6 years. They add more to the trophy case tonight, and I look, it's well deserved.
Absolutely. I mean, what a partnership. Chris Artisano, Mark Rotter, and this group, they put it together all year long. And what a performance, looking into the face of a team that didn't allow a lot of rushing yards, a very tough opponent, a group that might be back. Sandhills-Thedford graduating, a few seniors here and there, a couple of key pieces, but you never know with them. Dane Picorni has one more year there. A very tough lineup, and they still prevailed. They fought through it. They adjusted at halftime. And that's the sign of what Mark Rotter said was a low-maintenance, no-drama team. A low-maintenance, no-drama team, all business, and guess what? They got the job done today. Incredible job. BDS Eagles, the Class D2 state champions.
Low maintenance, low drama group. A little drama tonight, but
yeah, a little bit. Maybe a little more sweat than you like, but you know, that's the price. That's the price of playing in the state championship. It can't always be easy.
So they prevailed tonight. 36-28 is your final. BDS, your D2 state champions. Big thanks to our crew tonight here in Shickley, Arundel. Running computer, we got Kobe Head, Derek O'Connor, Jason Kettlehoke, Cameron Daniels, and our executive producer, Marcus Shear. Big thanks to all of them for everything they've done tonight. We would not have been able to do this production and call this game without their help. The team picture BDS is doing right now, and that marks the end of another Nebraska high school football season. BDS, your D2 state champions. From Alec Rome, I am Jeff Ekstrom. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. BDS 36, Sandhills-Thedford 28. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.